A very good evening, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. I hope you've had a good week so far. Hello, bases. I can see a number of bases here. Hello, Michael. Yeah, long time no see. Hello, Michael Cole. Good to see you, sir. And hello, Barry and Dave and Donald. Good to see you, Don. And we also have Glennis and Sue, who are who have popped in to have a bit of a sing. It's lovely to see you, ladies. And hello, Mark. So I hope everyone's very well. Weather-wise here in Bristol, it's absolutely awful. It really is terrible. I'll be getting sound. Sound-wise isn't bad. I'll just do a bit of sound check before we get started, but thank you so much for being here, everybody. So here's my bit of piano. Okay, that's all right. So just to check the piano on the old phone. So here's my good. At some point, I will trust that my equipment works. It's only been 6 months. So just going to do a little bit of just checking on the recording. So watch out if you're listening on headphones. Some of the sound levels might change, might get a bit loud. So here's Cast Thy Burden. Let's have that a bit louder. Oh, almost focus. There we go. Turn the light up a bit. Lovely. Yes, the light levels in here are really low. The weather is so terrible, it's almost dark outside. It's certainly getting dark. And so camera's struggling a little bit. So if I go out of focus, well, yeah, it's not me smearing Vaseline on the lens or something. Okay, let me just do one more sound check. So this is Thanks Be to God. This is quite loud, so watch out. Thanks be to God, thanks be to God. Hope you're looking forward to a really good sing tonight, basically, because you've got some fantastic lines. And as I've already hinted to the other members of the choir, one of the things I love about a Mendelssohnian finale is that the basses get at least one really chunky pedal note. Pedal notes, for those of you who are music nerds like me, you'll know that when you're approaching the end of a piece of music, what you're building up to is this sort of last cadence, the last sort of so there. And what you'll often end up with is a pedal note on that penultimate chord, and you'll get this. And then to there. And the fact that you're holding on that note for pages and pages and pages is entirely by design. It builds anticipation. And Mendelssohn, like Bach and Beethoven and all the great masters, uses a pedal note in Thanks Be to God. And just the bars above, represent a good chunk of the rehearsal time with the tenors, sopranos and altos. And there's just us going, thanks, while they're all jumping around above us. So hopefully that should make the end of rehearsal today a little bit more straightforward than with the tenors and sopranos, because we're just holding B flat for half a page. But yes, otherwise, someone's trying to ring me. Not now. Let me just check that all is well. All is well with Mark, so that wasn't Mark. Whoever that is, I can talk to you later on. Marvellous. Okay, fabulous. So what we're going to do tonight, basis, we will be starting our warm-ups a little early. And this is just really a response to how rehearsals have gone this week. Everything's been really, really good fun, but at times we've had to overrun because there's so much music to do. So yesterday I started rehearsal just a little bit early with the warm-up at 5:02, and so we'll do that again tonight. If you've already warmed up, for example, if you've been singing today elsewhere, maybe you don't need to do the warm-up, but if you'd like to, you're very welcome to. And then we'll start on the dot of 5 with Cast Thy Burden Upon the Lord. I hope you've all had a chance also to see the amazing email that Mark sent out with that clip of Ashley Rich's singing Ask God the Lord at the start of Elijah. Just the most phenomenal sound. I will play it for everybody on Monday. When I played it at the alto rehearsal, if I said there was a positive reaction, I think you can imagine just this stream of comments with the altos going, oh my, and having a very nice time. So I shall play that on Monday. His voice is absolutely unbelievable. And just we're so privileged to have a soloist of his calibre and his stature singing for us. So let me just see how is everybody. Hello Suzanne, hello Dave, hello Rosie. Fabulous. There's lots of errant sopranos. Hello to both Rosies. Lovely to see you both. Hello Hugh. Yeah, there is a bit before we get to the pedal notes, you're quite right. Hello Karen, great to see you. And Richard and Glennis and Carol needs to get warm today. Well, this will help. Fabulous. Okay, what we'll do basically is we'll get warmed up. We'll start on the dot of 5 p.m. And hopefully we won't overrun too much. We might need to go over a little bit. Depends on how long it takes us to learn that pedal note. Okay, so we'll start off, please, basses, by just relaxing, taking those deep breaths in and out. And it's for everybody. So if you are an errant soprano, errant alto, then please do feel free to take part in the warm-up. So just letting our shoulders relax, everybody, letting any tension drain away. It's very, very nearly the weekend. So as we take our deep breaths in and breathe out, we'll let that tension drain away from our neck and our shoulders. Lovely. And we'll just roll those shoulders around a little bit whilst we're taking the deep breaths in and out. And then roll them back the other way. Fabulous. And then bringing your shoulders up to your ears, please, everybody. Take a deep breath and let your shoulders fall as you breathe out. Great stuff. Thank you, folks. Tilt your head over to one side. Just stretch out the muscles along the long side. Head to the middle and the other side. Hello, Stu from Long Island. Good to see you. Hello, Diane and George. It's great to have everybody here. Head forward, please. And to the middle. And within those three movements, left, right, and forwards, just let your head roll around. Fabulous. Great stuff. Okay, so what we'll do, basses, we'll just do a little bit of gentle humming. You're going to need, well, to begin with, the highest note in the first piece is a B flat. But then we will be singing, let's see, C's. Before and upon your faces fall, so it rises. I think we'll warm up to a C sharp now. You will need D's and E's, but not until the end of the rehearsal. So let's warm up our pitches, and we'll start on a C, I think. All right, just down here, please, basses. A nice, rich hum with me. Here we go. Lovely. Still humming. Now, for November. Still now or still air and ah. Now after me, please, spaces, just a couple of these. Ma, ma, ma. Thank you, and one more. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you very much indeed, basses. So we'll start in just a minute or so with Cast Thy Burden Upon the Lord, but I'll explain everything at 5 o'clock. Please make sure you've got your drinks of water handy, phone switched on to silent. This is your time to really enjoy this lovely music. And whilst we're waiting, I shall pop over and have a little look at the comments over here. Lots of sopranos. So hello to Sue, hello to Susanna, hello Judith and Brenda. This bass rehearsal has got lots and lots of sopranos and altos. Everybody is welcome. But there's that little bit of Monty Python. Are there any women here? No, no, no. No, 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 no. It's wonderful to see everybody. So it looks like Diane and George didn't get an email. Not sure what happened there. has Mark definitely sent it out. And, and Mark is now giving Diane and George the self... Oh, I see. Okay, fabulous. Well, hello, Derek. Good to see you. Glennis is saying we need more likes. Yes, do please give us the thumbs up if you like what we do. It's always good to have have YouTube notice that we do a good job. So if you like what we do, please hit that thumbs up button and we'll start right now. So a very good evening, everybody. Welcome to the bass rehearsal in week 4. This is a big night, basses. By the end of tonight's rehearsal, we will have sung through every note across the whole choir in part 1 of Elijah. We will be halfway. And that's a fantastic milestone to have reached. As I've already said, we've already done our warm-up. So if you've arrived on the dot of 5 o'clock, if you need to warm your voice up, bear in mind the first piece that we're going to sing is actually quite low and quite gentle. Then do feel free to rewind this stream, warm up, and then just watch from there. Otherwise, I think we should get started, basses. So the plan for tonight is we'll sing Cast Thy Burden Upon the Lord, The Fire Descends from Heaven, which is a little bit, well, quite a lot more animated, actually. Open the Heavens and Send Us Relief, which is quite short, little chorale, and then Thanks Be to God. And Thanks Be to God is a big, chunky bit of music. That's going to be the main focus for this evening. Okay, so could everyone turn to Cast Thy Burden Upon the Lord? This is number 15 in our free score. This is page 75. Thanks, everybody. Fabulous. So, I've just seen Mark's most recent comment. Thank you very much, Mark. So, basses, this quartet, this comes after the Baal choruses. This comes after all of the hear and answer and nothing happening. And then Elijah sings the most wonderful aria, Lord God of Abraham. After Lord God of Abraham, there is a quartet, which is a sort of meditation on Lord God of Abraham, very much like the way Bach uses the choir. Now, the recording that we're using is very, very slow. It is marked very slow. We're going to learn it at a faster tempo and then sing it at the slower tempo. Otherwise, we'll be here all evening. So your first phrase, basses, at the start of Cast Thy Burden is 1, 2, cast thy burden upon the Lord. And that last note, you notice, has a pause over it, so we're just going to hold it. You sing that with me, please. Please notice it's pianissimo. And off we go. 1, 2, cast thy burden upon the Lord. Great. And then we sing, and he shall sustain thee. With me. And he shall sustain thee. Very, very nice. Can I recommend, just because some of these notes are, that the intervals between the notes are quite close together, smiling when you're coming up the scale will really help keep the tuning. Okay, so then we sing, he never will suffer the righteous to fall. And we're going to crescendo through that phrase. Ready? 1, 2, 3. He never will suffer the righteous to fall. Very good. And then the last bar on the page is, he is at thy right hand. Just notice the note on is 2 beats, okay? He is 3, 4. He is at thy right hand. Very nice. We'll now carry on. Go up to that B flat and we come down the scale. We sing, thy mercy, Lord, is great. And again, we pause on that last note, crescendo through that phrase. Sing that for me, please, basses. 2, 3. Thy mercy, Lord, is great. We then sing, and far above the heavens, with me, and far above the heavens. We then rise a third. We sing, let none be made ashamed. So just semitone and then down the scale. So sing, please, let none. 2, 3. Let none be made ashamed. very quietly. That wait upon thee. With me, 2, 3. That wait upon thee. Fantastic. Lovely stuff. Well done. Okay, so let's sing the whole thing from the start at a fast tempo, and then we'll sing it slowly with the recording. Okay, from the start, please, basses. Cast thy burden. Ready? 1, 2. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He never will suffer the righteous to fall. He is at thy right hand. Thy mercy, Lord, is great, and far above the heavens. Let none be made ashamed that wait upon thee. Okay, fantastic. Thank you, basses. Please have a quick sip of drink. Okay, fab. So let's sing it through from the beginning with the chorus. Now, this is a very, very slow performance, so do stagger the breathing. If you run out of air, that's absolutely fine. Breathe where you need to. Remember, this isn't loud. There's a couple of places where we crescendo, but almost sotto voce, under the breath. Okay, so here's your note for those errant sopranos, altos, tenors. So there's the basses, tenors, errant altos, and errant sopranos. Okay, cast thy burden. Ready, basses? 1, 2. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He never will suffer the righteous to fall. He is at thy right hand. Deep breath. Thy mercy, Lord, is great, and far above the heavens. Let none be made ashamed that wait upon thee. Thank you very much indeed, basses. Excellent job. Okay, good. So can we turn over? I think we're warm now. Just singing something slow and sustained is very, very good for the voice. So Now, at this point in the plot, Elijah, as you'll recall, he says a very short prayer. After all of the followers of Baal jump around and leap about and scream and shout and so on, make a lot of noise, this one old chap stands up and says one simple prayer: "O thou who makest thine angels spirits, thou whose ministers are flaming fires, let them now descend." And, well, the next movement is called The Fire Descends from Heaven. And it's a very, very dramatic movement. It's very fast. It's fiery, as you might imagine. The performance direction is Allegro con fuoco, which is fast with fire. And you've just got to imagine that you yourselves are the followers or previous followers of Baal, and you know, you've wanted to see this happen, but this is the opposing team's response. And so you are absolutely beside yourselves, terrified. The fire descends from heaven. Mendelssohn reflects this in the rhythm. The fire descends from heaven. It's a really sort of jittery rhythm. And there's lots and lots of nice little runs. If you've ever sung Bach, particularly his Passions and so on, you'll recognise this sort of feel from the stormy sort of scenes and so on. So at the start of this one, you have a chord. You have a B7, one of those. Okay, and you need to get that note from that chord. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, the fire descends from heaven. Okay, let's sing that together. I'll count you in. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, the fire descends from heaven. And notice it's heaven. It's that you take the second syllable and just squash the vowel out of it. Heaven. So the V comes just before the N, so it's a one-syllable sound. Over the page, one-syllable word I should say, over the page onto page 78, it's just on the same note but the same rhythm. So it's 1, 2, the fire descends from heaven. Sing for me. 1, 2, the fire descends from heaven. Great. And then we sing at the top of 78, it's 1, 2, the fire descends from heaven, from heaven. Okay, I know there's a run that follows, but I just want to do that, please. The last bar, top 78. 1, 2, the fire descends from heaven, from heaven. Okay, and you really need to make that note short on heaven, because we then carry on. Now, before we learn that running bit that we've just got to, I would just like to sing from the very opening, please. The fire descends from heaven, those 3 entries. Okay, so there's your note, and I'll count you in from the start. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, the fire descends from heaven. 3, 4, 1, 2, the fire descends from heaven. 3, 4, 1, 2, the fire descends from heaven, from heaven. Thank you. Well done, basses. Good, good, good. Now we sing, the flames consume his offering, his offering. Listen to that. Oops, excuse me. All right, so let's sing that together. The flames. After 1, 3, 4, 1. The flames consume his offering, his offering. Okay, you can take a breath after the first offering, his offering. That I'll later sort of punctuate that second phrase there. So let's sing the flames consume, please. Middle of 78. After 1, 3, 4, 1. The flames consume his offering, his offering. Good. We then go up a 6th. Remember, wide leaps indicate extreme emotion, and I imagine you're quite emotional as a people at this point. If you're seeing fire descending from heaven, so we sing 1, 2, 3. The flames consume his offering. Okay, and that's just the rest of the page. So this is the last 2 bars and a bit of page 78. So listen to that. Over the page there's something else, we'll get to that in a minute. So just that last 2 and a bit bars, please, on 78. 1, 2, 3. The flames consume his offering. Great. Of course, once you've learnt the notes, the more dramatically you can sing this. The flames consume. The more thrilling and entertaining it is to listen to. So the top of 79. We've led up from an A, B, C to now. The first note of 79 is a D, and we sing, fire descends from heaven, the flames consume. Listen to that. let's sing that together. Far from there, top 79. 3, 4, far descends from heaven, the flames consume. Great. Let's run into that, shall we, please, spaces? So can we go from the beginning? From the beginning of this movement, the fire. There's your note. If anyone else is here, errant tenors, there's your note. Altos, sopranos, all right, but I'm going to sing and play with the basses. So from the beginning, basses, there's your note. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, the fire descends from heaven. 3, 4, 1, 2, the fire descends from heaven. 3, 4, 1, 2, the fire descends from heaven. From heaven the flames consume his offering, his offering. The flames consume his offering. Fire descends from heaven, the flames consume. Great. Well done. Well done. Now, the next page or so is a section I've said to the sops, altos, tenors is going to take some practice. Now, basses, our line isn't as demanding, I think, as the other parts, but there's still some tricky little moments here. So we've just got to Flames Consume at the top of 79. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the rest of the page from the last note at the top of 79, the flames consume his offering. Okay? Now, as you listen, you'll think, gosh, that's a lot of notes. As always, we'll break it down into manageable chunks, but I want to let you hear what it sounds like all the way through. Okay? So we're going to go from, as I say, the last note from the top of 79. So the flames are 1, 2, 3. The flames consume his offering. Okay, most of that's okay. There's a couple of little chromatic moments that we'll need to look at. Okay, so let's look at the flames, the first flames. Okay, it goes the flames. Sing for me the last note, or from the last note of 79. 1, 2, 3. The flames. Good. Just note that note that goes over the bar line. As soon as we hit that first beat, we move. One more time for luck. 1, 2, 3. The flames. Good. Then it's the flames consume his offering. And there, the tricky thing for me is G naturals consume his offering. The note on his, that G sharp, is unexpected. It's a semitone higher than the other Gs, and just be aware that that's a bit tricky. So from the flames on the middle line, the last bar in the middle of 79. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. The flames consume his offering. Fabulous. Well done, basses. So let's go, please, from the last note on the top of 79, the flames. After the flames consume. Okay, it's a B. Last note at the top of 79. After 3. 1, 2, 3. The flames consume his offering. We take a huge breath for that. Now we've landed on an E. And now we've got a nice little bit of runny singing, but most of this, in fact, I think it's all by step. So next door neighbours. So it's last 3 notes of 79 is 1, 2, 3. The flames consume his offering. That's actually quite a nice line, isn't it? It's almost as if it's the shape of the flames. On the score again. So sing for me, the flames. Last 3 notes of 79. 1, 2, 3. The flames consume his offering. Great job. Well done, basses. Now, we are nearly through all the fiery stuff. We're about to fall on our faces, as it were, basses. But we have one more run here. And I think of this as like a fire tornado whirling up from the low notes to the high. And this is the last bar at the top of 80. And it's after 1. I'll play this slowly. 3, 4, 1. The flames consume his offering. Just listen to it on the piano. 3, 4, 1. Okay, I'll sing it and play it. So same place. 3, 4, 1. The flames consume his offering. Sing with me, please, basses, after 1, 3, 4, 1. The flames consume his offering. Excellent job, basses. Really well done. So now we have before him upon your faces fall, before him fall. And so this sounds like this. It's after 3. 1, 2, 3. Before him upon your faces fall, before him fall. Sing that with me, please, basses. Middle of 80 after 3. 1, 2, 3. Before him upon your faces fall. Before him fall. Great. That's a big moment. Okay, really enjoy that. Belt it out for me, and then we descend. So it's the last 2 bars now of 80. It's 1. Before him upon your faces fall. So just listen to that. Okay, slightly unexpected. So from the before him, the last one on page 80, slowly after 1, 3, 4, 1. Before him upon your faces fall. Before him upon your faces fall. Is what we have at the top of 81. All right, so could you just sing for me from top of 81, before him upon your faces fall. After 1, 3, 4, 1. Before him, 2, 3, 4, 1. Upon your faces fall. Excellent. Now, we go back into chorale mode, okay? You've seen the fire descend from heaven. We've hit the deck. Okay, everyone is prostrate, just out, arms out, goodness me, and then there's this moment where this feeling of relief and lightness comes upon the crowd, and everyone starts to sing, and they all stand up and they lift their heads, and Mendelssohn's reflecting that and showing that in the way the music rises. So we sing, "The Lord is God," like we're lifting our heads. Sing with me, please, basses, from the top of 81, and 1. The Lord is God. Then we sing, "The Lord is God," with me, and "The Lord is God." And then, "O Israel, hear," with me, and "O Israel, hear." Good. Then, "Our God is one Lord," with me. Our God is one Lord. Great. And then, "And we will have no other gods." Now that's a bit tricky. Listen. So there's that tritone that keeps coming back. Let's just sing, "And we will have." And we will have, with me. And we will have, and again. And we will have. Now let's sing, "And we will have no." And we will have no. One more time. And we will have no. And now, "No other gods. No other gods." Twice more. "No other gods." Last time. "No other gods." And then, "Before the Lord," to finish. So let's put that all together, and we will have. Ready? And we will have no other gods before the Lord. Okay, fab. There is one more bit to add before we can sing through this whole movement. And remember, I know this is fast. We're going through it very, very quickly. All the rehearsals are recorded for you. Please use these rehearsals. Practice along with them. Remember, we've got a fantastic relationship with Coraline, who's offering discounts on materials. So do take advantage of that if you're finding this tricky. All right, now over the page, the people have returned to God. They've turned from Baal. And so Elijah has one more bit of cleaning up to do. So he sings, "Take all the prophets of Baal, and let not one of them escape you. bring them down to Caishen's brook, and then let them be slain. And you will sing, take all the prophets of Baal, and let not one of them escape us. Bring all and slay them. Okay, so... He really did know how to write drama, didn't he? So take all the prophets, please. Ready? And take all the prophets of Baal, and let not one of them escape us. Bring all and slay them. Excellent. So let's give this one a go, please, Spaces, all the way through. I think we have time to sing it twice. All right, and so let's do this from O Thou Who Makest Thine Angels Spirits, please. This is in our free score, page 77. It's number 16. We're going to go from the start of the recitative to give you the run-in. It's only short, and then I will sing with you, okay? And we'll do this one twice. So here we go. O Thou Who Makest Thine Angels Spirits. Take it away, Dietrich.
O Thou who makest thine angels spirits, whose ministers are flaming fires, let them now descend.
1, 2. The fire descends from heaven, and the fire descends from heaven. The fire descends from heaven. From heaven the flames consume his offering, his offering. The flames consume his offering. Descends from heaven. The flames consume the flames. The flames consume his offering. The flames consume his offering. 3, 4, 1. The flames consume his offering. Before him upon your faces fall. Before him fall. Before him upon your faces fall. Before him. 2, 3, 4, 1. Upon your faces fall. The Lord is God. The Lord is God. O Israel, hear. Our God is one Lord, and we will have no other gods before the Lord. Take all the prophets of Baal, and let not one of them escape you. Bring them down to Caishen's brook, and Ready?
them be
Take all the prophets of Baal, and let not one of them escape us. Bring all and slay them. Well done, basses. Goodness me. Right. We're going to do that all again. Exactly the same thing. So if it's your first time singing it, well done. And hope you enjoyed it. It's such a great moment for basses. Well, for everybody. And, Mendelssohn is one of these composers who doesn't give short shrift to any particular part. Everybody gets a good line. So let's do it again, shall we? Here we go. Same again.
O thou who makest thine angels speak, whose ministers are flaming fires. Let the melody sing.
2, 3, 4, 1, 2. The Father sends some ham. 3, 4, 1, 2. The Father sends some ham. The Father sends some ham. From him the flames consume his offering. His offering. The flames consume his offering. Father sends some ham. The flames consume the flames. The flames consume his offering. The flames consume his offering. 3, 4. The flames consume his offering. Before him upon your faces fall. Before him fall. Before him upon your faces fall. Before him, really quiet. Upon your faces fall. And then the Lord is God. The Lord is God. All Israel hear. Our God is one Lord, and we will have no other gods before. Take all the prophets of Baal, and let not one of them escape you. Bring them down to Caesar's throat, and burn it and beast. Take all the prophets of Baal, and let not one of them escape us. Pray more and slay them. Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Now, basses, when you're listening to this and practicing, do let your recording run on and listen to Is Not His Word Like a Fire. As a bass, I think this is one of the most phenomenal pieces of solo writing for the bass voice. Very, very hard, but it is Mendelssohn's answer to Handel. All right, so the piece we just sang is very, very much like Bach. And there's quite a lot of that to come next week. This is pure Handel. It's his response to For He's Like a Refiner's Fire. Marvellous stuff. Now, anyway, we're going to skip on because we still have 2 movements to look at. The next one, if I could ask everyone please to turn to number 19, O Man of God. And this is after the prophets of Baal have met their end. And Obadiah, who is Elijah's friend, says to him, well, now everyone's turned back to you. Can you make it rain, please? And at this point, Elijah says a prayer, asks God to bring the rain. And he sings on page 91. He sings this rather nice tune. He sings, open the heavens and send us relief. Help thy servant now, O God. And at the bottom of that page you see the choir, the people respond. Again, this is very much like Bach. So basses, your line from the bottom of 91 goes, open the heavens and send us relief. Help thy servant now, O God. Okay, so let's do the first part of that, which is open the heavens and send us relief. And just notice before we sing it, the last note of that phrase has a sforzando on it, so we hit it with a little bit more power, and we start quietly. Ready, basses? 3, 4. Open the heavens heavens and send us relief. And then very quietly, help, help thy servant now, O God. Very typical bass line, just very quiet, please. Ready? And help, help thy servant now, O God. Fantastic. Since we're here, let's sing it with the recording, everybody. All right, so this is, Open the Heavens and Send Us Relief. We're going to start a little bit further back on the page. So I'm going to aim for when Elijah sings Open the Heavens, which is on the third system down. Okay, bear with me a moment. Got to get my track here. Here we go. So 1 minute or so.
O man of God, and us relief.
Okay, 2 bars. Ready basses. 3, 4. Open the heavens and send us relief. Help, help thy servant now, O God. Fantastic. At which point Elijah asks a youth to go and look towards the sea. Has my prayer been heard by the Lord? The child says, there is nothing. So Elijah prays again, more insistently this time, with more minor chords used in the harmony, a real sort of sense of poignancy from Mendelssohn. At the bottom of page 92, he sings that same tune. Then hear from heaven and forgive the sin. Help, send thy servant help, O God. And so on page 93, the people sing again. It's been harmonised in a different way. Again, so we have a few minor chords, where previously they were major, as people's feelings are getting stronger. So your line from the middle of 93 is, then hear from heaven and forgive the sin. Help thy servant, help, O Lord. Okay, and I think you'll agree the second half of that is very typical from a bass point of view. So let's have a look at the first bit. Then hear from heaven is 3, 4. Then hear from heaven and forgive the sin. Okay, notice I'm singing this with quite a lot of weight and depth. It's supposed to be mezzo forte getting louder to forte. So sing with me, please, basses. Then hear from heaven. 3, 4. Then hear from heaven and forgive the sin. And then down to piano. Help thy servant, help, O Lord. And help thy servant, help, O Lord. Okay, so let's give that a go, please, basses. I'm going to take it from around about the top of the page, thereabouts, depending if Dietrich, whether he'll cooperate or not. So 308. Here we go. Take it away, Dietrich. Okay, top of 93, 2 bars to go. Ready, basses. And then hear from heaven and forgive the sin. Help thy servant, help, O Lord. Okay, Elijah says, go up again and still look towards the sea. The youth says, there's nothing. So Elijah gets even more animated. Pure animato is the tempo marking. It gets slightly faster. It goes up a semitone. And Elijah cries for mercy. And the youth spots a small cloud over the sea. It's like a man's hand. The heavens are black with clouds and with wind. The storm rusheth louder and louder. And then it becomes really clear to everybody on page 95 of our score that it is going to rain. Finally, the curse has been lifted and the water is about to fall. And so the people call and shout thanks be to God, and it is the basses who lead from here to the end. Okay, basses, you're the first to call thanks be to God, you're the first to shout but the Lord and all the rest of it. So we're going to have a leadership role here, basses. On page 95 we sing thanks be to God for all his mercies. Okay, just like brass. Think of every time you've heard a Mendelssohn, a bit of sort of loud and pompous Mendelssohn, think like the Wedding March and so on. Okay, so sing that with me, please. Thanks be to God, and thanks be to God for all his mercies. Great. Okay, and then at the bottom of that page we then sing, going over onto 96, we sing thanks be to God for all his mercies. Thanks be to God for all his mercies. Okay, so basically it's a long way down from this by semitone and down to the E flat. Okay, Mendelssohn does a lot of descending by semitones, you'll notice in the next movement. So let's sing that together, please, basses, from the last bar of 95. Thanks be to God for all his mercies. Thanks be to God for all his mercies. Okay, here we go. Last bar of 95, and thanks be to God for all his mercies. Thanks be to God for all his mercies. Okay, and then we have just a little bit more to do before we move on. So look, let's sing that last section. We're going to go from the top of page 95. The heavens are black with clouds and with wind. Okay, and I'll bring you in when we sing thanks be to God in the middle of that page. The one thing to watch out for, by the way, before we sing this, is that the chord, we get a D7 before we come in. We then have to come in on a thanks there. So this will take a little bit of practice, I think, to get nice and smooth. But in the meantime, let's sing it, shall we? Top of 95, 5 minutes 36. Here we go. Take it away, youth. 2 bars. 2, 3, 4. Thanks be to God for all his mercies. And thanks be to God for all his mercies. Thanks be to God for all his mercies.
Thanks be to God, for he is gracious, and his mercy endureth forevermore.
Okay. That's a little preview there, basses. So we are now at the last movement in part 1. Just to say, we're probably going to overrun, despite my my best intentions, and by 5 minutes or so. I hope you can stay to the very end, basses. If you have to go at 6 o'clock, of course, come back and watch this at your own leisure whenever you like. So we are now at number 20. Thanks be to God. This is just so much fun. It's going to be stuck in your head all weekend, and I would apologise, but I've had to have this in my head all week, so it's only fair. Everybody's so excited when they sing this. It's in 3-4 time. It's a dance. Yeah, da 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 dun da da. Think about how everybody would be dancing together and so excited, dancing in the rain. That's what's going on, and you can even hear it in the rhythm. Yeah, da 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 da. It's just so happy. So basses. As I said, we lead here, basses. So we sing this big tune, and it's thanks be to God, he laveth the thirsty land. Let's sing that together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thanks be to God, he laveth the thirsty land. Great. Great. Now, the bass line that follows, I'm going to sing now, Thanks be to God, he laveth the thirsty land. It's Thanks be to God, he laveth the thirsty land. Let's sing that together. 1, 2, 3. Thanks be to God, he laveth the thirsty land. Great. We then descend the thirsty land with me. The thirsty land. Great. And then the next phrase, thanks be to God, he laveth the thirsty land. The thanks comes in slightly early because you're getting so excited, you're interrupting yourself and coming in early. So we've just sung the thirsty land. Thanks be to God, he laveth the thirsty land. So just listen to that from the bottom line of 97. It's 1, 2. So let's just sing, he laveth the thirsty land with me. He laveth the thirsty land again. He laveth the thirsty land. And the reason we're doing that over and over again is if you listen to the rest of the chord. Laveth the thirsty land. There's a real intense clash between the basses and the altos. It's on purpose, but it's very intense. So practice that a little bit. So let's sing from the very, very opening, let's start on the second line. Thanks be to God, basses, second line of 97. 1, 2, 3. Thanks be to God, he laveth the thirsty land, the thirsty land. Thanks be to God, he laveth the thirsty land. Great. Okay, well done. Those of you who are singing with me on Messiah will know the term for where you have 3 in a bar, but you have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 across that rhythm. So we've landed on thirsty land. We then sing straight away. We sing 1, thanks be to God, and 1, thanks be to God, be to God. Okay. Let's sing together, please, from the last bar of 97. After 1, 2, 3, 1. Thanks be to God, and 1. Thanks be to God, be to God. Great job. Okay, fabulous. Now, we're on the middle of 98, and the water has finally arrived. We can tell because the violin parts are the shapes of waves. There's Mendelssohn using all of his programmatic compositional techniques. So we sing, the waters gather, they rush along. Da 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 da. Let's sing that together. 1, 2, 3. The waters gather, they rush along. Now, just be careful when you sing rush along. I want a long sound and less sh. So we're singing rush along. Take the sh off the end of rush and add it to the next word. Rush along. Say that for me. Rush along. Some of you did it, but some of you still went rush along. I want rush along. Ready? Thank you. Okay, so it's the waters gather, they rush along. 1, 2, 3. The waters gather, they rush along. Great. Now from that note, it's 1, 2. They are lifting their voices. 1, 2. They are lifting their voices. Very, very nice. The sopranos then gallop away. The waters gather. And then we come in a bar later. This is the last bar and a bit on 98. And it's 1, 2, 3. The waters gather, they rush along. Sing that for me. 1, 2, 3. The waters gather, they rush along. And then the waters gather, they rush along. Very, very nice little line there for you. So just listen to that. This is the top of 99, and it's the waters. 1, 2, 3. The waters gather, they rush along. Sing that for me, please. Top of 99, first bar, last note. 1, 2, 3. The waters gather, they rush along. Great. Let's sing into that, please, basses. So let's go from the middle of 98. And if you haven't had a drink recently, please hydrate yourselves. Fabulous. So, middle of 98, please. The Waters. Ready? 1, 2, 3. The waters gather, they rush along. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. They are lifting their voices. 1, 2, 3. The waters gather, they rush along. The waters gather, they rush along. Great job, thank you, basses. Now we're on the middle of 99 and we sing, the waters gather, they rush along. Building up in intensity, let's sing that together. Middle of 99, second bar. 1, 2, 3. The waters gather, they rush along. And now at the bottom of 99, we sing, thanks be to God, he laveth the thirsty land. Okay, it's the same rhythm as before, but the pitches are different. Alright, sing that with me. 1, 2, 3. Thanks be to God, he laveth the thirsty land. Great, now we have a Mendelssohnian rise from the bass, and so top of 100 we sing, thanks be to God, be to God. Listen to that just on the piano. Alright, sing that with me, please. Top of 100. 1, 2, 3. Thanks be to God, be to God. And then, thanks, the waters gather, they rush along. Middle of 100, please. 1, 2, 3. Thanks, the waters gather, they rush along. Great. And then we sing. So it's thanks be to God. 1, 2, 3. Thanks be to God. And then he laveth the thirsty land. Listen to that. With me, 1, 2. He laveth the thirsty land. Great. Can we run into that, please, basses, from the top of page 100? From the thanks be to God. 1, 2, 3. Thanks be to God, be to God. Thanks, the waters gather, they rush along. Thanks be to God, he laveth the thirsty land. Great, thank you. This will all make a lot more sense in context. Okay, now the stormy billows are high, their fury is mighty. So it goes like this, the last note of 100 going on to the next page. So it's 1, 2, 3. The stormy billows are high, their fury is mighty. Let's sing that together, please, basses. Last note of page 100. 1, 2, 3. The stormy billows are high, their fury is mighty. Great. And then we sing, the stormy billows are high, their fury is mighty, mighty their fury. Okay, lots and lots of C's. The stormy, last bar of 101 with the upbeat. 1, 2, 3. The stormy billows are high, their fury is mighty, and mighty their fury. Great, well done, really well done. Now we enter the period where Mendelssohn is bringing this amazing refrain into play, and it's a really intense moment. So we've got these C's in our head, we've sung a whole load of them, okay? The audience has heard a whole load of C's. Mendelssohn wants to move us ultimately back to our original key, and so we are the linchpin to that plan. Bottom of 101, we come in on our own bases, and come in after 1, and it's like this, 2, 3, 1. But the Lord is above them and almighty. Okay, now in the context of everything else, that makes sense. On its own, it sounds a bit strange, but let's learn it nonetheless. Now, you'll probably notice the tenors, altos, sopranos come in above you. So we'll look at that in a minute, but let's just learn the notes on their own with the piano. Okay, so from bottom 101, after 1, with me. 2, 3, 1. But the Lord is above them and almighty. Okay, now in case you're thinking, gosh, that's a long time to hold the notes, how long are they for? The note on Lord is 7 crotchet beats. Lord, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we go down a tone for 3 beats. Is, and then for 2 beats. Okay, so let's just sing that But the Lord one more time. The good news is that when this comes back, it's exactly the same shape. It's just each time it's a semitone higher. Okay, But the Lord from bottom 101 after 1, 2, 3, 1. But the Lord is above them and almighty. Okay, great. Then at the top of 102 we sing, Thanks be to God, he laveth the thirsty land. Almost exactly the same as at the beginning, just the ending is different. Okay, so let's sing that together. Just be careful of the last bar or so of that. This is the top of 102. 1, 2, 3. Thanks be to God, he laveth the thirsty land. Da, 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 da. Practice that bit for me. And then, middle of 102, we sing, The stormy billows are high, their fury is mighty. Let's hear that, please, spaces. 1, 2, 3. The stormy billows are high, their fury is mighty. Okay, now we need that D flat because our next note at the bottom of 102 is this refrain. It is a semitone higher and it goes higher still. Okay, what we actually have is, I'll sing it for you. This is the bottom of 102. It goes 2, 3, 1. But the Lord is above them and almighty. Okay, the end of that's not a problem, but the Lord bit, it's high, it is very high, and it's very sustained. I would suggest, okay, particularly those of you who are second basses, just watch out with your voices on these sections. I have worked with bassists before who've wrecked their voices in the concert in this movement, and then you've still got, you know, an hour's music to go. So just be mindful of your voices at this pitch. I'm perfectly happy for you to sing it at as a falsetto at this point, basses, okay? So it's But the Lord, and the note changes after the first beat, and then you've got 6 beats of D before you move down to the B on Is. So it sounds like this. Bottom of 102, 2, 3, 1. But the Lord is above them and almighty. Okay, let's do that one more time together. But the Lord, bottom of 102, and we will sing this movement through twice when we finish learning it, okay? Bottom 102, 2, 3, 1. But the Lord is above them and almighty. At the top of 103, and this will be familiar. It's the same as before, but a semitone higher still. So we sing from the top of 103. It's after 1, 2, 3, 1. But the Lord is above them and almighty. Okay, same shape as before, it's just quite high. Now, when we sing with everybody else, and you're listening to the recording, you can really go for that. For now, maybe just keep it, as I said, keep it falsetto, okay? Now, we will, as I say, sing this through all the way in a minute, but we still have a few more pages to go. So, bottom of 103, we've got a long thanks, so it's thanks. Sing that for me. 1, 2, 3. Thanks. And then we sing last bar of 103. Thanks be to God, he laves the land. Let's sing that. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thanks be to God, he laves the land. Great. Now we sing, thanks be to God. 1, 2, 3. Thanks be to God. And then he laveth the thirsty land. Okay, it's basically climbing and climbing and climbing. I know there's a drop down an octave, but it goes from an A flat to a B flat, so it is like going up the scale. So from he laveth in the middle of 104, it goes like this. So 1, 2. He laveth the thirsty land. Sing that with me, please, basses, from he laveth. 1, 2. He laveth the thirsty land. And then, as promised, it's time for the pedal notes. So we have 2 bars of thanks. So it's thanks, and then thanks. Okay, so you have 2 bars on the higher B flat, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars on the lower B flat. Okay, so let's just sing those for completeness sake. So let's go from the bottom 104, last 3 bars, please, basses. Okay, if there are any altos, tenors, sopranos here, they're all gnashing their teeth at this point. Okay, it's one of the few privileges and advantages I feel of being a bass at this point. So let's have some fun basses. 1, 2, 3. Thanks. Thanks. And then we go up an octave and think down a tone, because our next note is a 7th higher, and it's thanks be to God with me. Thanks be to God. And then it is the waters gather, they rush along. The waters gather, they rush along. They rush along, they rush along. Okay, so let's sing that. The waters gather, they rush along, middle of 105, and then we have 1 page to go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. The waters gather, they rush along. The waters gather, they rush along. They rush along, they rush along. Great. Well done. Last page, basses. We're nearly there. Okay, you get the tune. Well, at least a bit of it. It's thanks be to God, he laveth the thirsty land. There's a little extra note on the end, so let's sing that, please. 106. 1, 2, 3. Thanks be to God, he laveth the thirsty land. Land. And then, thanks be to God. Listen to that. With me. Thanks be to God. And then, he laveth the thirsty land. And he laveth the thirsty land. So let's just go from the very top of that page, please, basses. Thanks be to God to the end. 1, 2, 3. Thanks be to God, he laveth the thirsty land. Thanks be to God, he laveth the thirsty land. Brilliant. Please have a drink, basses. We're going to sing this movement twice. And I just want to thank you for persevering. This is a hard movement, but it's also immensely satisfying to sing. So much fun. And I can't wait now to sing this through with everybody on Monday, since everyone will know it. We can have huge fun. So we're going to go straight in, basses. When I press this button, you're going to start singing. All right, so let's have some fun. Back to page 97. Have a drink if you haven't had a drink recently. In fact, what I might do is I might use my Spotify recording for this, just to make it a bit easier to trigger. Okay, so basses. There's your note. After 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry. A bit early. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3. Thanks be to God, he laveth the thirsty land. Thanks be to God, he laveth the thirsty land. The thirsty land. Thanks be to God, he laveth the thirsty land. Thanks be to God. And 1. Thanks be to God, be to God. 1, 2. The waters gather, they rush along. My fault, sorry. they are lifting their voices. The waters gather, they rush along. The waters gather, they rush along. The waters gather, they rush along. Thanks be to God, He laveth the thirsty land. Thanks be to God, be to God. Thanks, the waters gather, they rush along. Thanks be to God, He laveth the thirsty land. The stormy billows are high, their fury is mighty. The stormy billows are high, their fury is mighty. Mighty their fury. Right, ready, basses? And one. But the Lord is above them and almighty. Thanks be to God, He laveth the thirsty land. 1, 2, 3. The stormy billows are high, their fury is mighty. Ready? But the Lord is above them and almighty. Ready? But the Lord is above them and almighty. Ready? Thanks be to God, He laves the land. Thanks be to God, He laveth the thirsty land. Thanks be to God. The waters gather, they rush along. The waters gather, they rush along. They rush along, they rush along. Deep breath. Thanks be to God, He laveth the thirsty land. Thanks be to God, He laveth the thirsty land. Wow. Splendid stuff. Really, really well done. Now look, we're going to have that one more time. And if any of you are thinking, gosh, there's a lot to get through, of course there is. This is a demanding movement. You've still got plenty of time before we're going to be singing this in November, before we're going to be asking anyone to record this. So have fun. Let's sing it one more time. I think what I'll do is I'll start from with the intro. So we're going to go from Thanks Be to God for He is Gracious, which is the last, was it 4 or 5 bars of the preceding page, going into your entry there, and just have fun. Now, those of you who are here who are errant sopranos, altos, tenors, enjoy this, folks. This is the last thing we're going to sing this week, and then we'll be back on Monday. And I have to say, I've been listening to Be Not Afraid all week. If you haven't heard it, listen ahead. It is phenomenal. Absolutely amazing. So we have that, and we have Woe to Him next week. Another amazing week of music. So, Dietrich, please sing for us. Thanks be to God. And then we can start the weekend. Here we go.
Thanks be to God, for He is gracious, and His mercy endureth forever.
Ready, basses. 1, 2, 3.
Thanks be to God, He laveth the thirsty land. Thanks be to God, He laveth the thirsty land, the thirsty land. Thanks be to God, He laveth the thirsty land. Thanks be to God. Thanks be to God, be to God. The waters gather, they rush along. They are lifting their voices. The waters gather, they rush along. The waters gather, they rush along. The waters gather, they rush along. Thanks be to God, He laveth the thirsty land. Thanks be to God, be to God. Thanks, the waters gather, they rush along. Thanks be to God, He laveth the thirsty land. The stormy billows are high, their fury is mighty. The stormy billows are high, their fury is mighty. Mighty their fury.
Really basses and
But the Lord is above them and almighty. Thanks be to God, He laveth the thirsty land.
breathe.
The stormy billows are high, their fury is mighty.
Breathe.
But the Lord is above them and almighty.
Breathe.
But the Lord is above them and almighty. Thanks be to God, He laves the land. Thanks be to God, He laveth the thirsty land. Thanks be to God. The waters gather, they rush along. The waters gather, they rush along. They rush along, they rush along.
What have you got left? I'll take it, folks.
Thanks be to God, He laveth the thirsty land. Thanks be to God, He laveth the thirsty land.
Wow. Basses, thank you so much for staying to the end. I hope you enjoyed that rehearsal. That's quite a sing, and having taught that to everybody this week, I shall be very glad of a drink shortly. Whatever you got planned for the rest of the weekend and the rest of the week, I hope it goes really well. Do join us on Monday for the full choir rehearsal. We'll be singing through all of this and looking ahead to part 2. As I say, Be Not Afraid is a very special piece. I think it's going to affect everybody in a very positive but also very emotional way. So looking forward to that next week. Thank you ever so much, everybody. See you soon. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.